beautiful deep divers. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to everyone who's here. KHTATFI. You're most definitely appreciated. Peace. Infinite Waters diving deep once again. Shout out to all of you wonderful deep divers. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I woke up like this on a live stream, just whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And let me say a happy 8/8 day. Lion's portal has officially opened. And once again, deep divers, this is a very powerful day to manifest. I always tell you, pay attention to the numbers. The numbers never lie, right? And, I always say it's always good to go live on a powerful day like this. I hope you're taking care of yourself, deep divers. I hope you're raising the frequency. I hope you're raising the vibration. And let me say a big shout out to everyone who's got the brand new book, 500 pages. We call it the Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version. The encyclopedia of becoming your greatest version. Feel alive too. Unlock your infinite power by Ralph Smart. Their secret recipe to becoming your greatest version, now out on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Click the link down below, deep divers. You're going to love it. Also, join the Patreon page. Over 150 exclusive videos that are going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/ralphsmart. And of course, the YouTube membership. Click join below this video. Let me say a big shout out to Charlene. You're most definitely appreciated. Blessing Infinite Waters and the cat down the road. Let me give you a thank you. You're most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much, Charlene. I definitely appreciate that. And that's what it's all about, deep divers. Like I say, it's so good to be here on this very powerful day, right? And, deep divers, the truth is, I want to see all of you get it. People say, Ralph, how you doing? Life is good, deep divers. You know why? Because right now, I'm manifesting. And I want all of you to look back and say, you know what? I'm so happy I'm still here. I want to see you look back to say, oh my gosh, I made it. A lot of people thought I would fall off. A lot of people thought I would be down and out, right? But I told you, every single year I'm getting better. And every single year you're getting better. And on this powerful Lion's portal, and once again, deep divers, the Lion's Gate portal occurs annually when the sun sets in Leo Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, aligns with Earth. And the mystical number 8 appears twice in the date, 8/8. It's essentially the one day of the year that affords everyone the opportunity to embrace their main soul energy and to truly and wholly step into their power. And that's the thing, deep divers. This is not just some woo-woo stuff, right? Some woo-woo stuff. Millionaires don't study astrology. Billionaires do. And this is what we have to really understand right now, that the people who run this planet, they're well aware of the Lion's Gate portal. They're doing rituals to manifest even more abundance, right? And this is the reason why every single day we have to pay attention to what's happening in the heavens. KH, you most definitely appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You most definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. And smash that like button, deep divers, if you support the real. Share the video. Hit that like button, deep divers, if you support the real, and share the video. And like I said, this is a very powerful day to manifest. I'm going to talk about the best ways for you to manifest right now. First and foremost, deep divers, a lot of people right now are thinking way too small. And we got to be the lion right now. Right? Shout out to all the Leos in the house. This is Leo season. And, you know, what I love about the lion is that it's courageous. It's full of bravery. Right? And I always tell you that if you are someone who isn't thinking big enough, you're always going to be left behind. You see, many years ago, I said, okay, this world is mine for the taking. Right? And you have to think like that. If you want to manifest big, you got to start thinking big. You got to start realizing that actually we're not even living 1% of our true potential. Let me repeat that. We're not even living 1% of our true potential. A lot of us, and that's why I started to live stream. I'm like, okay, let me push this thing even further, right? Because I got to keep up with the times. But we have to really push ourselves because we don't know how strong we are until we push ourselves. You know, a lot of people out there right now are thinking that it's all over. No, this is a very powerful time on the planet. You know, we have to realize, deep divers, that the whole world is waking up. And what is it that you want to manifest today for yourself? Ask yourself, do I want a better job, a better relationship? Do I want to let go of old energy? This is the day to really set your intentions. You know, one of the biggest things about manifestation that we have to realize is that manifestation really begins when you hone in on what it is you want. Manifestation really begins when you start sitting in the seat of your throne. You know, the truth is, deep divers, no one's going to tell you what you can manifest. Harvetta, you most definitely appreciate. I appreciate that you are appreciated. I appreciate that. You are appreciated. I appreciate you. You're most definitely appreciated. So we got to remind ourselves, deep divers, no one's going to tell us what we can manifest. We've got to tell ourselves what we can manifest. We got to defy the odds. We got to believe in ourselves, you know, especially on a day like this. You know, a lot of people right now out there are starting to think big. They're starting to say, actually, right now, this is the year where I want to be financially free. I want to buy my family a house. I want to be bigger than where I am right now. And that's how we've all got to think. You know, it's no longer going to serve us just to be meek and close our mouths and just get what we are given. We've got to stand up for what we want. And, you know, a lot of people right now on the planet, you got to be careful of your focus. I always tell you, the reason why I'm manifesting is because I'm staying focused. And once you can remind yourself that your focus will dictate what you manifest every single day. And on this Lion's portal, you have to focus every single day on where you want to be. There are going to be distractions. There are going to be people who are going to pull you back, who are going to hold you down, who are going to get in the way of your greatness. And you have to stay focused 100%. You know, you got to remind yourself that there are certain things that you have to do. And people will laugh at you. You know, when you tell them your plans, people are going to laugh at you. People are going to doubt you. People are going to say, hey, it's not going to work out. That's what they told me. But I said, you know, it's definitely going to work out. And I want you to show up. You know, just like this portal is open today, we have to show up. We have to be here on time, because this Lion's Gate, where Sirius, the brightest star in the night, is aligning with the Earth and Orion's belt. And, I've been to the pyramids a few times and it's amazing. I was at a concert at the pyramids and just the energy was insane. But you see, this is what the ancients knew. They realized that as above, so below. Everything happening in the heavens is also happening on earth. And a day like this, when the energy is just so high, make sure you're setting your intentions. Make sure you're clear about what you want to manifest for yourself. Make sure you're staying focused on where you want to be and who you want to be. And make sure, most of all, you are in the right company. There are so many people out there who are now realizing energy is contagious. And that's the reason why, if you have to separate yourself from certain people, you're going to have to do that to go to the next level. We're in a time right now where it's not about people pleasing. It's not about getting on everyone's good side. You're going to have to be a lion. And that means every single day standing up for what you know is right. Every single day living in your truth. Every single day believing in yourself. And, I wrote down many years ago, the universe reveals its secrets to people who dare to follow their hearts, right? That's a slow motion. Slow motion this side. And I want all of you deep divers to follow your heart, because you see, it's the people who follow their hearts are the people who are going to manifest. We're in a time right now where the world is shifting. What's happening right now is that programs are crashing. The matrix is crashing. Things are falling apart. And this is the reason why now you want to know where you need to be more than ever. This is not the time to get lost in the waves. This is the time to know how to steer the ship so you can move to exactly the right place for where you're meant to be, where you can really evolve and go to the next level. There are a lot of people right now who are caught up, and the energy is heavy right now in the matrix. A lot of distractions. And to manifest, you need cemetery silence. You need to realize that manifestation happens when you spend time alone to discover who you are, to find out who you are, and to know what it is you really want. Are you prepared to be the lion right now, deep divers, and defy the odds? Are you prepared to be the lion right now and be the defiant ones? Because you see, the truth is, the reason why a lot of people don't manifest is because they're scared of what other people think. The reason why a lot of people don't manifest is because they got their family in one ear, their friends in the other ear, and now they can't really be that lion, that lioness, and stand strong in their truth. The truth is, deep divers, no matter what you do, people are going to judge you. No matter what you do, people are going to have something to say about your life. And it's only the brave ones who will manifest. So are you willing to be brave today? That's the question. Are you willing to defy the odds today? That's the question. Are you willing to be the defiant ones? That's the question. Are you willing to boldly go where no man or woman has gone before? That's the question. I tell you, you want to not manifest just for tomorrow. You want to have longevity in every single area of your life. People say, gosh, Ralph, you're still here. I can't believe it. You're looking 21. I say, well, that's what happens when you're breathing in that good ass prana, baby. You got to remind yourself, we want to be thinking long term, because you see, a lot of people, when they think about manifestation, they only think short term, instant gratification. They want something tomorrow. But the manifestation I'm talking about is what I call the 10-year plan, the 20-year plan, the 30-year plan. So in the next 10 years, you're going to be so far ahead from where you are right now. Not only you are going to benefit from the abundance, your whole family is going to benefit, because you're going to be a totally new version of yourself. So when we think of manifestation today on this Lion's Portal, are we going to have in our minds a 10-year plan? Because you see, the longer your plan, once you have that in your mind, now you can focus on long goals. You can focus on the marathon. And this is where you really start to manifest. You become what I call a super manifester. So if you look back 10 years ago, you got influencers, you got people who are doctors, scientists, you got people who are helping people. See if they're still doing the same thing right now. Go back 10 years. If they were doing that, are they still doing it right now? A lot of people aren't doing it. A lot of people stopped. A lot of people quit. A lot of people gave up. If you are still doing it, and if you see someone who's still doing it, what they were doing 10 years ago, and they've still got the same passion, that's because they're manifesting something which has longevity, something that stands the test of time. This manifestation is about wanting yourself to stand the test of time. So I always say, think long term, think long term, think long term. And that's what this Lionsgate portal is really all about. We have to start thinking long term. A lot of people right now are realizing that the world is breaking down around us in the matrix. A lot of people are realizing, if you've got children, a lot of people are homeschooling their children. A lot of people they're going off grid, having a farm. A lot of people are starting to realize, actually, I have to manifest something I've never manifested before. This is the time we're in. All of us, we have to manifest something we've never manifested before, because you see, everything we were manifesting in the old world is no longer valid. And that's the reason why right now we've all got to take big leaps, big steps. And that's what this Lion's portal is all about. Are you ready to be the lion? Are you ready to be the defiant one? Are you ready to stand in your truth when everyone out there doubts you? That's the question. Manifestation isn't about just wanting something. A lot of people want things. Manifestation is about alignment. And it's no accident or coincidence that Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, is aligning with Orion's belt and Earth. The universe is actually divine mathematics. We have to remind ourselves what the great cosmologist, scientist Carl Sagan spoke of, that we are literally stardust. We have to remind ourselves that we have the ability to move into alignment with the greater truth of who we are, and we can literally become Superman, Superwoman. We can literally do anything. So we got to remind ourselves, deep divers, today is the day where you got to become Superwoman. Ladies, you got to become Superman. You got to become another level, another version of yourself you've never even seen before. How can you become another version of yourself you've never even seen before? You got to push yourself. A lot of us, we love to live in that comfort zone. It's so comfortable. You come home, you watch Netflix and chill, you go to bed. We have comfort all around us. You're on your phone, you're scrolling, you're on TikTok. All of this comfort breeds lazy people. All of this comfort atrophies you. It atrophies your greatest potential. And therefore, discomfort is how we actually grow. This Lion's portal is all about getting uncomfortable. It's all about getting uncomfortable and facing your greatest fear. One of the biggest things about manifestation, people say, gosh, Ralph, how were you able to manifest all of this? I tell them, every single day I'm having a new fear I'm facing. What are you most afraid of? You got to face that fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Also, facing everything and rising. If you are willing to face what you're most afraid of, I guarantee you're going to manifest something phenomenal. You're going to manifest something phenomenal. Because what you're afraid of is holding you back from what you really want to manifest in life. A lot of people, for example, I hear them. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have so much to say. I want to hear it. Where can I find your content? They're like, I'm afraid to speak, Ralph. I'm afraid of what they're going to think of me. And this is the roadblock you have to get over. You have to start putting yourself out there. You've got to start facing your fears. And that's what this Lion's Gate portal is all about. To really realize that some people might say, oh my gosh, you've changed. I can't believe it, right? Because all of a sudden, once you're starting to feel your power, people are going to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe you've changed, right? And like Marianne Williamson said, our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we know we're powerful beyond measure. It's time to stop being Mr. Nice, Mrs. Nice, and it's time to start reclaiming your power. Because the truth is, deep divers, a lot of people right now are starting to realize they don't want to live the life they've been told they have to live. You know, a lot of people right now are realizing a normal life is boring. I told you. A lot of people can see that things are falling apart. A lot of people right now, they're manifesting a life in Bali, in Ghana. A lot of people are going back to basics in this timeline of the 3D, 5D split that's happening. And on this Lion's Gate portal, really one of the most powerful days to manifest. I'm manifesting abundance, freedom, love, happiness, and prosperity, good health. We have to have this in our minds every single day, because if you're not thinking about this stuff, what's going to happen? Your mind is going to get hijacked. There are so many people out there who don't realize their focus is giving them a life they don't even want. Let me repeat that. Their focus is giving them a life they don't even want. We have to be clear on this Lion's Gate portal that our attention is everything. Energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. So we have to literally lock in, tune in, zone in, and stay 100% focused. Because you see, the truth is, deep divers, you're not supposed to make it. They don't want to see you make it. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you get to the next level. You got to be a lion out here, right? You got to be a lion out here. And that means you're going to have to be extremely courageous. You're going to have to be having discernment to realize that not everything is good for you. Not everything you see, you read in the media is really going to shift you back into a manifestation zone. A lot of it distracts you from where you're meant to be. You know, a lot of people don't realize that we're in a time right now where it's a lot harder to manifest what you want. With more distractions than ever, a lot of people are losing focus, losing sight of who they really are. And that's the reason why you have to want it more than ever. You have to want it more than ever. You know, like I told you, deep divers, I'm just a messenger. But I'm so happy I'm still here doing a little samba, baby. But you have to remind yourself one thing. Everybody has their time. On this 8/8 Lion's Gate portal, which is officially opened, make it be your time. And you have to make it be your time, deep divers. There's no perfect time. You have to say, okay, this is the perfect time where it's going to happen for me. I'm going to manifest that business. I'm going to manifest that relationship. I'm going to manifest financial freedom, because you have to make sure you realize this is the perfect time and there's only now. You see, the truth is, deep divers, a lot of people are waiting. They're waiting for Friday. They're waiting for someone to fall in love with them. They're waiting for the perfect moment to start their business. And they're talking a lot, telling me their plans. Ain't nobody got time for that. You want to manifest? It's time to start showing people the results. You want to manifest? You're going to have to realize it's going to be very, very difficult. The truth is, deep divers, manifestation requires sacrifice. If you want to go to the next level, you're going to have sacrifice. When I was writing this new book, 500 pages, Feel Alive 2, the Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work. I love to do the work, but it was a lot of work. But I said, okay, if I can get this, make this book, publish this book by 2025, I know it's going to move mountains. The amazing reviews, people say, gosh, Ralph, this book changed my life. I'm so happy that I put it out there. So you have to remind yourself, deep divers, even if it's something you love, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a test. You're going to have to sacrifice. If you're not willing to sacrifice, you'll never manifest what you really want. You'll never manifest what you truly desire. Along my early journey, I was making videos in my back garden. It was hot outside, 100 degrees. Friends were saying, hey, Ralph, let's go out. I'm like, hey, but I got to make this video. And fast forward, I'm still here. So if you are willing to sacrifice for the greater good, you will be in the mansion. You will be traveling the world, living good, eating good. That's what I can do every single day. I'm not complaining, but I had to plant the seed today that my future self could thank me for. You see, a lot of people, they want to party all night. They want to dance all the time. I love dancing. Doing a little samba, baby, raising the frequency. But you have to remind yourself, you also have to lock in. You have to remind yourself, it's not about showing off to other people on social media. This is why a lot of people aren't manifesting what they really want. You see, the truth is, deep divers, you can have fast food or you can have soul food. A lot of people right now, they want to show you how great their life is, but they're not manifesting. You see, I realized one thing. When I was manifesting, really manifesting, I realized one thing. Oh, I see the secret. When you're really manifesting, you don't even have to talk about it. When you're really, really manifesting, you don't even have to show people. You just keep it moving. When you're not manifesting, you want to impress people. Hey, look at my watch. Hey, look at my car. Hey, look at who I'm with. So you got to be careful not to get sidetracked into flexing on TikTok or on Instagram or on Facebook. Hey, I'm on holiday. Like you've never been on holiday. A lot of people are saying, hey, I'm on holiday. That's fantastic. The cat down the road is so happy for you. But what if you could be of service to someone else? That's what this Lion's Gate portal is all about. Asking you to be of service to someone else. You see, you want to manifest anything you desire, you're going to have to learn how to be a service provider. Most people don't want to serve. That's the reason why most people don't manifest. I'm here to serve. What are you here for? You see, you can spend your time showing off to other people, but how are you going to help them? And you see, manifestation is not just about your needs and your desires. It's about helping someone else out. Because through you helping someone else out, the byproduct is manifestation. Any country I go to, people say, gosh, Ralph, your videos have changed my life. Come into my house, I'll feed you. I got a whole bunch of grapes for you. Just because my videos have touched them, helped them out in life. So when you are of service to someone else, you now start to manifest big. So you got to ask yourself every single day, how am I helping someone else? If you can help one person every single day, I guarantee you, you're going to be well on your way to start manifesting big. You see, most people right now are starting to hack into the secret. The biggest companies in the world, they focus on a great service. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, he said, okay, I want the best customer service in the world. That's what Amazon became. He's a very smart guy who realized that people want customer service. They want to call someone. They want to hear someone on the other line. When a company doesn't have good customer service, they go out of business. In life, you have to remind yourself that you're here to serve. You want to manifest on this 8-8 Lion's Gate portal. Ask yourself, how am I providing to other people? I've been providing. This channel has got nearly over 500 million views. So Just imagine how much abundance I've manifested just because I've been helping other people. Isn't that a great paradox? The people who help people the most become the most abundant. That's crazy. So you really want to manifest, start helping more people, because the energy is going to come full circle. You got a choice every single day. As soon as you wake up, you can fulfill your own needs, which is fantastic. But then you can go one step further to say, okay, how can I solve someone else's problem? This 8-8 Lionsgate portal is all about you solving someone else's problems. It's all about you solving someone else's problems and fulfilling someone else's needs. Because the more you are of service is the more you will begin to manifest. I didn't write this book just for myself. I wrote it to leave it behind so other people could read this book in 500 years from now, 600 years from now. Aristotle, Leonardo da Vinci, Socrates, all of these people left behind works. You have to remind yourself, manifestation is it's all about you seeing the bigger picture. You got to see the bigger picture to your own life. You see, the truth is, if it's not now, deep divers, it's never going to happen. And that's what this 8-8 Lionsgate portal is all about. Taking action right now. People say, gosh, Ralph, you're always creating content. I say, you know what? I don't even look at the content I produce. I just put it out there. On to the next one. Because there's no time to start overthinking. That slows you down. You know, a lot of people who never manifest, they're always analyzing stuff. They're always thinking about stuff. When you're always upstairs, you're going to be left behind. The age we're in right now is an age of realizing we have to act now. There's no tomorrow. There's no next week. It's happening right now. Anything you want to do, start doing it. You want to write that book? Learn Adobe InDesign. You want to start that business? Learn about the LLC. You want to start making YouTube videos? Watch Ralph Smart. So this Lionsgate portal is extremely powerful. You know, one of the big things that you have to realize is that a lot of people who are manifesting are aware of the words they're saying every single day. And I'll tell you this, deep divers, that the truth is life and death begins in the tongue. You know, be very mindful of the words coming out of your mouth. Because you see, manifestation follows the tongue. Anything you're saying right now will become a reality, even the things that you don't want. Let me repeat that. Anything you're saying right now will become a reality, even the things you don't want. And how do people get into this self-fulfilling prophecy? They say things like, I can't do this. I'm tired. I could never do that. Eventually, this becomes a playlist in their mind. That's all they hear. They actually become that. Every single day, you have to realize that your words are the building blocks of your reality. And that's why I always say, okay, I got to start changing the words that are coming out of my mouth. I got to start affirming what I really want. I got to start realizing that manifestation begins in the tongue. You know, the great cartoon He-Man who said, I have the power. And I always tell you that whether you like to affirm or not, it's so powerful to say that I am doing this right now. It's already done. The more you start to speak it, the more it happens. I said, hey, I will get a YouTube Gold Award. I have got a YouTube Gold Award. Then it manifested. And I'm just being myself. This 8-8 Lionsgate portal is about realizing manifestation can only happen through gratitude. What is it you're thankful for today? You see, a lot of people, they have nothing to say thank you for, and that's the reason why they come home poor. As soon as you wake up, you want to be in a state of gratitude. You want to start reminding yourself that the wealthiest people alive are the people who realize they have so much. Let me repeat that. The wealthiest people alive are the people who realize they have so much. I know people who have millions of dollars in the bank, but they feel depressed. It's not about money. It's about realizing what you already have. And this is how to manifest, to start saying, actually, I'm so fortunate to wake up today. Actually, it could be far worse. Once you start weighing up to say, actually, things aren't actually that bad. They could be a lot worse. You start to shift into a gratitude state, and this will help you manifest tremendously. You know, people sometimes say, gosh, Ralph, you should have 10 million subscribers. I say, really? I'm so thankful I even got the cat down the road as one of my subscribers. That's all I need, right? Because once again, this started off as me in my back garden. And the only reason I started this channel was just to express my thoughts and feelings. But it just started to grow and grow. This is what happens when you're just so thankful just to show up. It's not about how many people are watching, how many subscribers, all of that. It's just about expressing your truth. That's all that has to be done. Because you see, the truth is, there are a lot of people out there who have so much. Singers, celebrities, they got millions of dollars, but they're still depressed, unhappy, jumping off buildings. Why? Because it's never enough. This manifestation 88 Lionsgate portal is about realizing you have to be content with what you have. You see, a lot of people don't realize that just because you don't have it, it doesn't mean that it's going to make you happy. Let me repeat that. Just because you don't have it, it doesn't mean that it's going to make you happy. In fact, many people, they get it and they feel unhappy. You know, sometimes you see Instagram photos, you're like, oh my gosh, I really wish I had their life. Oh, she's got a nice Louis Vuitton bag, or they're in Thailand right now, and we're always wanting something else. You see, to manifest, you have to focus on yourself and realize that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Once you stop envying other people's lives and comparing yourself to them, you will start to manifest. The truth is, you have to find something where you can be truly content doing that, to know that you are truly privileged to do that, fortunate to do that, and blessed to do that. This is ultimately going to shift you into a gratitude mindset. So every single day I say, okay, I'm so thankful I can be, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And this shifts me into a manifestation mindset. You know, a lot of people, they get stuck because they're resting on their laurels. You know, in ancient Greece, the early Olympics, they had a laurel wreath, not an Olympic medal. And that whole term, resting on your laurels, is what happens to a lot of people. They get stuck. They stop manifesting. And on this 8/8 Lionsgate day, the most powerful day to manifest, you want to stop resting on your laurels. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It doesn't matter what you did last year. A lot of people always got stories to say, hey, you know, well, 5 years ago, I was the man. I was the woman. I was the big boss. Who cares? Today's a new day. Can you still be that today? That's the question. Because you see, it doesn't matter what happened before. It matters where you are right now. Manifestation is all about realizing it's about the present moment. You know, a lot of people get stuck on their past accolades. They get stuck in the past, on their past achievements, where they were 5 years ago. And now they've come to a grinding halt. Manifestation can only arise when you keep it moving, when you don't get stuck in the past, when you realize today's a new day and we still got to go. You know, I could just not make any videos. I'll still be good, but I love to do this. And, you know, the best never stop. The best always go to the next level. They keep pushing themselves because they're not only doing it for an audience, They're doing it because this is who they are. So manifestation, deep divers, your manifestation is going to be amazing if you can keep going, even though you've crossed the finish line. Slow motion this side. That was a slow motion. I said your manifestation is going to be awesome if you can keep on going, even though you've crossed the finish line. And that's what I've been doing. Because you see, even YouTube has changed. Like YouTube, a lot of the internet is more geared towards live streaming and all of that. I said, okay, I'll start live streaming. Let's go. So we have to remind ourselves that we got to keep on going. We can't get lost in our past achievements and all of that stuff, because so much is happening right now. The truth is, deep divers, we have to realize that each and every one of us has our time. And you have to know the cycles and the seasons. And that's what this 8-8 Lionsgate portal is all about. Reminding yourself that manifestation is like a season. And you have to know when it's your season. When the harvest is coming, you have to know. Because that's the time to really go hard. Because each and every one of us is going to have a season, a harvest, where everything is going like this. It's only going up. And that's the reason why you got to pay attention. Now, sometimes what happens is that the season happens, but people are depressed. They miss out on it. The season comes, universe blesses us, but we're looking somewhere else. So when Infinite Waters was blowing up around 2016, 2017, I said, okay, this is my time. Let me go hard. Videos every single day, raising the frequency. Because I said, you know what? I'm going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off, right? So I said, okay, this is my time. Let's go. I didn't start procrastinating. I said, this is it. Let's go. So with manifestation, you have to realize when it's your time. And when it's your time, once you can feel that spark, say, okay, things are coming into alignment. Now you have to go, because everyone has their time. Everyone has their season. And when it's your season, deep divers, you want to be there. You want to show up to it. You want to go hard or go home. So this 8-8 manifestation day, which is so powerful, the Lionsgate, we have to remind ourselves, deep divers, that a lot of us don't realize that with manifestation, you need a new skill. A lot of people get stuck because they don't learn a new skill. And a lot of people go to the next level because they have a new skill. It's what I call a new asset. You see, a lot of people don't realize that the knowledge we have is really a gateway to manifestation. So, for example, once I started to learn how to color grade and live stream and different software, I could create videos out of thin air and have all kind of templates and all of that. It took my manifestation to the next level. So you have to remind yourself that knowledge, information will help you manifest. A lot of people think that they don't need to learn anything. They think, hey, it's all in here, Ralph. The truth is, we're all students. And once you can be a humble student and learn the secrets, you will become efficient. You will manifest more than 99% of people on this planet. And that's the reason why a lot of people in this world, they're in the 1% club. They're doing things which other people haven't even thought of, because every single day their mind is locked into going to the next level. Some people are content staying where they are, and that's cool. But some people realize there's more waiting for them. And you're going to have to walk that tightrope. You're going to fall off. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall on your ass. It's going to be ugly. But that's how you go to the next level. So you got to remind yourself, if you can be relentless, you are going to manifest beyond your wildest comprehension. If you can give yourself a challenge every single day, you are going to manifest beyond your wildest comprehension. If you can learn something new, a new language, do you know, deep divers, that our brain is literally changing based on our experiences is called neuroplasticity. So I started to realize this. I speak Portuguese, Spanish, French. When you start learning different languages, you activate different parts of your brain. So you have to remind yourself, learn a new language. Learn Swahili, learn Japanese, because this is going to activate different parts of your brain and you're going to start hacking the secret. A lot of us don't realize as well that we're doing the same thing every single day. And this is the reason why with manifestation, we have to be willing to break our daily routine. We have to be willing to try something new. We have to be willing to boldly go where no man, cat down the road, or woman has gone before. Now, the truth is, deep divers, that it's so easy right now to get caught up with other people. A lot of people are competing with people on social media, and that's the reason why they're not manifesting. Let me repeat that. A lot of people are competing with other people on social media, and that's the reason why they're not manifesting. The truth is, if you want to manifest big, deep divers, on this 8-8 Lionsgate portal, have tunnel vision. Just focus on where it is you want to be, where you need to be. Don't look left, don't look right. It's a trap. What you see from other people is none of your business. You've got to make sure that you are focused 100% on where you need to go. Because you see, a lot of people, they look at someone else's life and think, oh my gosh, I should live their life. But their life is a totally different life than yours. They've chosen, it's a different storyline. And you don't want to get entangled in someone else's storyline. So this manifestation portal, which is opened, it's about reminding us not to get sidetracked out here. Not to believe the hype. A lot of people they're believing the hype, and they're getting stuck. If you want something you've never had, deep divers, you're going to have to do something you've never done. I said, if you want something you've never had, you're going to have to do something you've never done. Time. Man-made time is interesting. Each and every one of us has 24 hours. The question is, what are you doing with your time every single day? Let me tell you this, on this 8-8 Lionsgate portal, 8 is the number of infinity. And if you start realizing that you've got time, but you have to utilize it correctly. The truth is, a lot of us, we say, I don't have any time, but we've got a whole lot of time. But do we have effort? That's the question. Do we have attention? Because energy flows where attention goes. So it's not a matter of saying, I don't have time to do it, Ralph. You have more than enough time, but do you have the will to do it? Manifestation is all about willpower. It's all about saying, okay, the people who really make it aren't the strongest, but they are the people who believe enough in themselves to become the strongest. That's a slow motion. I want to see all of you get it, deep divers. I want to see all of you manifest, but you're going to have to remind yourself, every level gets harder. If you want to go to the next level, it's going to be brutal. That's the reason why most people stay where they are, because it's safe, comfortable, pleasant. But the other levels, very challenging, a lot of stress. But once you can master that, it no longer bothers you. And that's what manifestation is really all about. Pushing yourself to the next level, facing adversity without flinching, facing infinity without flinching. And that's what this Lionsgate portal is all about. To manifest big, we have to face infinity without flinching. We have to remind ourselves that it's going to take effort. It's going to take work. And we want to remind ourselves one thing. Most people out there haven't even started. We don't have to be so hard on ourselves. If you are doing something, congratulations, at least you're doing something. Most people haven't even started. So you have to give yourself credit for at least doing something, at least starting to say, actually, I'm doing something. You know why a lot of people stop manifesting? They say what I'm doing isn't enough. And I'm here to tell you what you're doing is more than enough. What I'm doing is more than enough. I'm going the extra mile because I love to do this. And if you can do that, your manifestation is going to be huge, phenomenal. We've got to stop putting ourselves in a box. On this Lionsgate, secrets of manifestation is realizing one thing. Don't limit yourself. I used to say this, deep divers, that, hey, I am the mainstream. Because when I would see people manifesting on YouTube, I'm like, hey, how come I haven't got a YouTube Gold Award? It can happen for me. It has to happen for me because I am the mainstream. Once I shifted my whole perception, it started to manifest. So the same thing with Infinite Waters. The first book, Feel Alive, on Amazon became a #1 best-selling Amazon book because I said, if it can happen for them, it can happen for me. So manifestation is about realizing if it can happen for them, it can happen for me. And you have to see yourself as a light, as a being that it all works out for. Now, today is a day of alignment, and you've got to ask yourself, am I truly in alignment with what I'm here to do? Am I truly in alignment with what I'm here to do? You see, the manifestation can't happen until you're in alignment. Deep divers, Jacob Kerry, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that. Jacob Kerry, thank you so much. And deep divers, smash that like button if you support the real. Smash that like button if you support the real. And it's good to be here. 8 blessings to all of you. Jacob Kerry, shout out to you. Thank you so much. This is your credit from me to you for doing something. I'll be here to see that gold award, Ralph. Hey, you're definitely I appreciate that. The gold award is already here. We already manifested it long time. But we have to aim higher, right? Because manifestation is all about aiming higher. A lot of people, once again, don't realize that the universe gives us what we feel we're worthy for. Let me repeat that. The universe gives us what we feel we're worthy for. Every single day, realize that the universe gives us what we feel we're worthy for. If you don't feel worthy to have it, to be in a relationship with that person, to be financially free, to get that business off the ground, it's never going to happen. If you don't feel worthy to travel and enjoy yourself on beautiful beaches, it's never going to happen. You got to start feeling worthy. I had to start feeling worthy to say, actually, I can manifest a YouTube Gold Award. And I did. And I can still manifest more. We've got to always feel worthy so the manifestation can really happen. The more worthy you feel, the more you will manifest. Let me repeat that. The more worthy you feel, the more you will manifest. Now, let me say a big shout out to Studio H in the house. You're most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much. Studio H, shout out to you. You're most definitely appreciated. How much time do you use for inputs and outputs? Do you spend more time on gathering informations or more time on service and creations, gratitude and love? That's a great question. So how much time do I use for inputs and outputs? Do I spend more time gathering information, more time on service and creations? Well, I always balance it out, and I always realize that actually you need to have a balance. You need to listen. That's the reason why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You need to listen twice as much as you speak. So you have to really listen more than you speak. You know, I've read over 1,000 books. I used to work in a library. Got a degree in psychology, a degree in criminology, all of that. But the greatest book is the book in here. You got to learn yourself. You got to read yourself. You got to know about your body. And then you have to go on the practical. You got to do the practical. You got to go out there and you got to start transmitting what you know to the world. And that's where you have to really trust yourself. You got to believe in yourself. But that's where the greatest manifestation happens. It's not enough just to know. We need to apply the knowledge. That's what wisdom is. Wisdom is knowledge applied. So you've got so many people who read books about manifestation, but they're broke. You got some people who dropped out of college, but they're financially free. It's got nothing to do with what you know. It's got everything to do with the practical. You got people with degrees, they're working in Wendy's, because it doesn't matter if you got a master's, a PhD, whatever. What matters is how you're using it in the practical world. And that's the difference. A lot of they didn't even go to college, but they had the will to do it. And that's the reason why they're manifesting big, because it's not about what you know. It's about what you apply through your day-to-day experience. And this is where experience becomes more powerful than knowledge. Me making videos every single day for so long, I've learned so much. I was making videos in Topanga Canyon, people watching all around me. I had to learn confidence. I was making video, the camera stopped working. I had to learn ups and downs. So when you're doing it every single day, you have something more than knowledge. You have experience in the practical field of the ups and downs, the trials and the errors. You can only learn that through doing it every single day. That's why I always tell you, you have to learn how to be consistent. You know, people always say, hey, because when you're reading things, it's comfortable, but growth only happens in discomfort. That means now you got to go out there. You've learned what you need to learn. Now you need to get the experience. And that's where you're going to find out who you really are, through the experience, through doing it. And that's why content creation is so powerful, because now you got to go, you know, and, you know, I love what these live streamers are doing, because, you know, live streaming is really going to be the future. And when you're live streaming, there's no editing, right? You got to go. You got to go. You got to transmit that message in live time, right? So once again, yes, read, study, but also realize nothing compares to your experience. Phenomenal question. Let me say a big shout out to Quantum Dynamic 8 in the house. You're most definitely appreciated. Quantum Dynamic 8, thank you so much. Happy 8-8 portal, Ralphie. Hey, happy 8-8 portal to you too, Quantum Dynamic 8. I feel worthy, but sometimes I feel lethargic because I get up, thrive, make mistakes, then again fall, sulk, cry, feel heavied in hopelessness and down. And how do I get past that? Okay, that's a great question. Phenomenal question. So to everyone out there who sometimes feels like, okay, their knees are weak, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti on your sweater already. To everyone out there who kind of sometimes feels bummed out, lethargic, you got to remind yourself that's a natural process. It's a natural process to feel down and out sometimes. But you don't have to stay there. I always tell you, don't confuse your laziness with burnout. Don't confuse you being lazy when it's actually burnout. And a lot of people out there are burnt out. And that's the reason why, to get past that, you have to recharge. Every single day, get your butt into the harder nature. Do some breathing exercises. Because the more you can recharge, the more you can conserve your energy, the more you can manifest. People say, gosh, Ralph, how come you've always got so much energy? You're like the Energizer Bunny. I tell them it's because every single day I'm breathing in that good ass prana, baby. You have to recharge. You have to recharge. Don't think it's only your iPhone that has to recharge. You have to recharge. You got to replenish your energies. This is how you can really manifest and go to the next level. Manifestation is the subtle art of recharging, replenishing your energies. Let me repeat that. Manifestation is the subtle art of recharging and replenishing your energies. If you are lethargic all the time, you can never manifest. If you're burnt out all the time, even if you really want to do something, you can't do it. How am I able to create videos day after day for so long, this strong? It's because I had to pace myself, get that good cadence, get that good rhythm, and realize it's not the short sprint. It's the marathon. So you have to remind yourself that life is a marathon. You're not going to finish overnight. This is a marathon that goes on forever. Now you can sprint, you're going to be very tired. Or you can realize, oh, it's a marathon. Tomorrow, the marathon continues. Day after that, marathon continues. So with manifestation, you have to realize that it's a never-ending marathon. So you got to train like a 10,000 meter runner. You got to train like a marathon runner. Right? Phenomenal question. Devotion Orange, shout out to you. You're most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much. Devotion Orange, shout out to you. Have you heard of Abrasius? And if so, what is your take on his purpose, Ralph? Love you. I haven't heard of him or her. Sorry. But much love to you. I appreciate that. So deep divers, happy 8/8 Lionsgate portal. It's a powerful day. And once again, what is the Lionsgate? You know, we're talking about the Lionsgate portal occurs annually when the sun sits in Leo. Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, aligns with Earth, right? So it's a powerful day for alignment, deep divers. This is an astrological event. And once again, millionaires don't study astrology. Billionaires do. It's all about the numbers. 8/8. 8 is the number of infinity. It's the number of abundance. 8 is the number of infinity. It's the number of abundance. It's also showing us the cycles, that everything comes full circle. It comes in a loop, a karma loop, right? And we have to be aware with manifestation, what you send out there will come back to you. You know, a lot of people get it twisted and confused. They don't realize that everything we're doing right now, like Marcus Aurelius said, the Roman emperor, echoes on into eternity. And if you don't realize, every single action you take every single day is building up your future. A lot of people don't realize this. And that's the reason why with manifestation, you have to realize everything you do matters. Every word you say matters. Every action you have matters. Every thought you have matters. You know, a lot of people wake up in a bad mood, not realizing how you wake up, how you start the day is going to impact on how the entire day goes. It's a domino effect. That's why I always say, never start the day off in a bad mood. Never start the day off in a bad mood, because it's going to influence the whole entire day. Before you know it, the whole day is ruined. Just because you woke up with a bad text message, you woke up to some bad news, you got to protect your energy as soon as you wake up. Because if you can do that and make sure you're at a high frequency, you can influence the whole entire day and shift it in the way you want it to be. It's powerful. That's why I always say, as soon as I wake up, no phone on. We're going outside, going for a walk, going for a jog. Because once you can raise your frequency high, especially in the morning, first thing in the day, you now control the rest of the day. And that's the reason why a lot of people who exercise, as soon as they wake up, they do some yoga, they go swimming, they feel great the rest of the day. They feel fantastic the rest of the day. So it's how you start determines how you finish. And the more and more people that know this, the more and more people who tap into the secret of manifestation. And you can manifest big just by doing a few things early in the day, right? A few things, a few little things could make a whole lot of difference. And deep divers, let me know, what are some of the things that you do every single day that helps you to manifest? Put it in the chat. What are some of the things that you do? What are some of the rituals that you do every single day, as soon as you wake up or early afternoon, that helps you to manifest? Put it in the chat, because we can also learn from it. You know, there are a lot of people who do some very strange things. They do some very strange things, and they're manifesting like crazy. So share your secrets as well, deep divers, because you see, a lot of people have secrets. A lot of people are doing a lot of things and they're manifesting like crazy, and they got to tell us about it. Deep divers, what are you doing that's helping you manifest? Put it in the chat. What are some of the behaviors you've adopted that help you manifest? What are some of the daily routines that you adopt that helps you to manifest? What are you eating that helps you to manifest? Right? Because these are the secrets. You know, manifestation is never an accident. Manifestation is always a design. It's always a grand plan. So, writing, Angel, shout out to you. That's powerful. Writing is really powerful, because you see, we're in a time right now where a lot of people don't write. Everyone is just texting on the phone, right? If you can write in this day and time, it's powerful. You know, writers really are super powerful, because you're using your imagination, you're putting pen to paper, and it's a lost art, right? So it helps you connect with who you really are. Jordan, shout out to Jordan Emma. Turn into the piece of my heart. Beautiful. That's amazing. And that's so powerful. You know, I love to do that as well, because you see, when you can do that, when you can really have a heart connection with yourself as soon as you wake up during the day, it really kind of humbles you. It humbles me, right? Because a lot of us, sometimes we're so in the ego mind and we need to come back to the heart space, because that's where the power lies, right? I love sound therapy. Chantress Seba is amazing. Her songs are so healing. Shout out to you. Right? So, you know, let me say a big shout out to 5D Abundance. 5D Abundance in the house. .5D Abundance, and that's powerful. Let me say a big thank you to 5D Abundance for always holding Infinite Waters down. Happy 8/8 gratitude. Thank you, mentor. Dream big, family. Absolutely. You got to dream big. And 5D Abundance, hey, let me tell you a secret, because you are manifesting, and I hope you know you're manifesting right now. You know, words are so powerful, and what you name yourself is what you become. So 5D Abundance, that name in itself, every time someone says 5D Abundance, it reminds you that abundance is your natural state. Abundance is your birthright, and it's going to help you manifest. You know, what you name yourself is everything. And right now, you got to be careful the words that you have for yourself. You know, you want to be using words and give yourself titles which are going to shift you into an abundance frequency, a manifestation frequency, right? And it's powerful. Deep divers, shout out to all of you. Smash that like button, share the video. Smash that like button, share the video. Oh, it's good to be here. Happy 8-8 deep divers on this very powerful Lion's Gate. The portal has officially opened. Crow 3107, shout out to you.
Down the Marco.
So grateful for all the beautiful souls God sends my way. I hold a magic rock every night before going to bed, and I thank God for everything. Absolutely. That's powerful. And I always say, God is real. The universe, source energy, whatever name you have for it, but start to realize that the Most High is there. Once you connect with the Most High, once you connect with your inner power, because we are also gods and goddesses, great things happen. And part of manifestation is about being in your highest self. And I tell you, it's not easy. There is a battle happening right now. There's a battle happening among people. There's a battle happening within people. And the goal, and what is always the goal, is to make sure that you're rising to the highest self. And that's tough, especially in Sin City. But at the same time, it's possible. And the people who are able to do it are the people who manifest like crazy. And I'll tell you a secret, deep divers, because you see, I always tell you, everyone has their time of really massive manifestation. So really around 2017, I was in full blown God mode, right? Where I was just so focused, and the manifestations were just growing and growing. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you are literally at that frequency where you're so locked in. It's like what athletes do, right? They're so locked in. And that's when manifestation just goes crazy. And we've got to remind ourselves we can always go back to that place, but it takes us realizing we got to stay focused. It takes us realizing how bad do we want it. And you see a lot of people, once again, they don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to give up something to get something even better. And, right now it's hard. It's hard to stay focused. Because there's so many distractions. There's TikTok, Instagram. You got so many news stories around you every single day. You got so many celebrity stories every single day. Everyone right now is fighting for your attention. And therefore, to manifest, you have to really give yourself your own attention. And this is the reason why meditation is so powerful, because people who are able to meditate are able to manifest tremendously. Meditation is really the art of focusing on yourself and blocking everything out so you can tune in. It's an inner experience to give you the best outer experience. If you're able to take 5 minutes every single day just to zone out from the world out there, I guarantee you, your manifestation is going to accelerate beyond measure. And that's what I'm doing. Every single day, I take at least 5 minutes. I switch off from the world. This helps me to bring me back into who I really am. This is going to help you manifest. A lot of people who are able to distance themselves from the crowd, just go for a walk by themselves, just for even 20 minutes, they come back, they feel renewed, they feel refreshed. A lot of people who are able to go into the heart of nature just by themselves, breathe in some good ass prana, they come back, they start to manifest like crazy. So the great paradox is that a lot of people who are always bombarded by a lot of information out there, what's happening in the matrix, all of that, they're distracted from their dreams, goals, and visions, right? But the people who are able to lock in focus, they're doing amazing things. We've got to remind ourselves, deep divers, on this very powerful day for manifestation, you're going to have courage. You know, the symbol of Leo and the lion is really courage. Doing something you're afraid of, you know, standing up even alone. Sometimes you're going to be around people who are going to doubt you, people who are going to have so much to say about you, and you're going to have the courage to stand in your truth. One of the biggest secrets is that the life you want is not going to be given to you. A lot of people don't know about this. The life you want has to be snatched. The life you want is not going to be given to you. No one, your mom is not going to give it to you. Your dad is not going to give it to you. Your brother is not going to give it to you. Your sister is not going to give it to you. Your best friend is not going to give it to you. You can only give it to yourself by taking it. And you're going to have to be extremely brave, because a lot of people are going to have a lot to say. When you say, you know what, I want to quit my job, I want to do this. What? So manifestation requires you having 100% belief in yourself. When people doubt you, to say, actually, I'm betting on myself. If you are able to bet on yourself, you are going to manifest tremendously. Your manifestation is going to be huge on this 8/8 Lionsgate portal. Don't get caught up in what other people are doing. Don't get caught up in what your neighbors are doing, in what your friends are doing, in what your family want you to do. Focus on what it is you want and where you want to go. We're in a time right now where everything is coming full circle. The first will be last and the last will be first. You have to realize that we're in a time right now on the planet where the world is coming to an end as we know it. The world as we know it it's already finished. And a new world, a new earth is coming into existence. It's already here for a lot of people. And this 8/8 Lionsgate portal is about realizing we have to usher in the new earth. We have to usher in a new reality for ourselves, which begins with letting go of everything we've ever known. Letting go of everything we've ever known. And that's tough. It is not easy. I've had to do it multiple times, and I'm still having to do it. Letting go of everything you know is not easy. But that's what's required to manifest at the highest level. Be willing to start over. Be willing to start from scratch. Be willing to start a new chapter of your life. Be willing to move to a new neighborhood. Be willing to travel to a new country. Be willing to end an old relationship that's not working out. Be willing to start a new business venture. You got to start from somewhere. That's what manifestation requires. Are you willing to start over? You know, a lot of people in this society, they keep going, even though they're going in the wrong direction. You know why? Because that's the only thing they know. Manifestation at the highest level requires you starting over when you know you're going in the wrong direction, to say, actually, let me start again. Are you willing to do that? That's what it's going to take. Right? Eternal abundance, you know, let me say a big thank you for always blessing Infinite Waters, showing love, and you're so amazing.
Dom the Monko.
Eternal abundance, thank you so much. Emerald G. Webbing everyone peace of mind, wishing everyone a peace of mind, and to receive what you know you're worthy of. No one said it would be easy. Do a live meditation right now, guided by you. Love you. Ralph Smart Mentor, A22 Girly from California. Is that your Instagram? Go and follow her on Instagram. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that. And, you know, it's powerful because, you know, right now, I truly believe it is time to kind of, you know, be doing more guided meditations and really connect with an energy that can really transform humanity from for the better, right? So let me see what I've got that can really help us. We do a little meditation. Let's it's time to let go of. Time to become our greatest versions. We did a little something for you. That was especially for you. And once again, I don't have the headphones on. So when I have the headphones on, you know, I can even talk over the music even better. But, you know, that was for you, Eternal Abundance. And I'm sending you good energy in California. You're most definitely appreciated. Demetrius, shout out to you. You're most definitely appreciated. Ralph, do you feel every little decision creates our reality? Think if I choose to scroll versus go within, two different worlds. Am I the middle point between? That's a great question. You know, you got to remind yourself that balance is needed. You know, we're in a time right now where everyone wants to know what's going on, right? FOMO, fear of missing out. You want to know what's happening on that TikTok feed, on Instagram, on Facebook, and the world is changing. Information, AI rising. We're moving to a whole new frontier, a whole new era. It's okay to want to know what's happening, but you have to be careful to not get lost out there. You have to always make sure you have more time in here. You know, what's happening to a lot of people is that they're being sucked into the metaverse. And when you're sucked into a metaverse, an AI, artificial intelligent world, you now become that. In other words, ChatGPT does the thinking for you. And now you've given your whole entire body, being, and soul to the mainframe. And this is what you have to be aware of, that actually humanity, a human being, is still pretty awesome. It's far better than ChatGPT. That's for sure. And you have to hold on to that as long as possible, because the more you start relying on ChatGPT and all of these things, is the more you're going to move into the metaverse. And that's what's happening to so many people. And we have to get back to who we really are. right? We have to balance it out, but we've got to always spend more time in here, because the secret is this inside of who we really are holds all the secrets to our greatest manifestation. This 8-8 Lionsgate portal, the best day to manifest big. We've got to get into our minds that it's all a mindset. A lot of people right now are thinking way too small. And one of the things that really helped me was to say, okay, let's go. Let's go. Those two words, activate manifestation. Let's go. Let's go. Deep divers, let's go. If you can say that, repeat that, affirm that every single day, you want to do something, let's go. Because let's go is not procrastination. It's not moving you into a future event or a past event. It's moving you into an actual now. And you have to go right now. You got to do it right now. Before I started this live stream, I said, let's go. Let's rock and roll. There's no time to say, oh, hey, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it on Sunday. I'll do it next week, Tuesday. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let's go. So you've got to apply this to your own life to say, actually, how many things am I saying let's go to? I want to travel somewhere. Let's go. I want to start a new business. Let's go. Let's go, deep divers. What are we waiting for? Manifestation happens when you stop waiting and you start receiving everything you know you're worthy for by going right now. I'm so happy to see so many deep divers out there who are really going to the next level. Once again, the word is longevity. Manifestation is not about something here today, gone tomorrow. It's about building a foundation that your children's children can live in. Generational wealth. That's what manifestation is always about. It's not about just thinking for tomorrow. It's about thinking for 100 years ahead from now. And if you have that in your mind, you're going to go to the next level. So every single day, ask yourself, what am I doing right now that the future version 100 years from now can thank me for? That my children can thank me for? That my children's children can benefit from? That's how all of these powerful families are still running the world. Rockefellers, all of these people, they're not dummies. They realize that actually we got to pass it on to the next generation. They pass it off to their own offspring, their own family. They're still running things. So we have to start realizing that it's not about what we want to manifest for ourselves. It's about what we can leave for our children, our children's children, and all of that, because that's what it's always about. Service is everything. And like I said, a lot of people, when it comes to manifestation, they always think about themselves. They always say, okay, how can I make this? Right? How can I make $5 million? How can I make $1 million? The question should be, how can I serve 1 million people? How can I be of service to 5 million people? If you can have that in your mind to say every single day, I want to be of service to someone else, you're always going to be wealthy. You're always going to be financially free. In fact, the people who offer the most service to other people, who solve people's problems, are always manifesting beyond measure. Make sure every single day you're not only doing something for yourself, you're finding out how to solve someone else's problems. You're finding how to be a shoulder to lean on. This is how you're going to manifest today. We've got to remind ourselves manifestation can only begin once you get up and stop feeling sorry for yourself. How many of you out there feel sorry for yourself every single day? Put your hand up. If you've ever felt sorry for yourself. I felt sorry for myself. Deep divers. Sometimes I got pity parties with a cat down the road, but I realized one thing. In that state, I'm denying myself a true manifestation. So I cancel the pity party. I stop feeling sorry for myself and say, you know what? I know people screwed me up the wrong way. Pause. People did me dirty, but I can come back from this. And the more you start feeling like you are creators, now the power shifts back into your hands. You see, this is where a lot of people get it twisted. They think that if they continue to play the victim role, everything is going to be great. When you're a victim, it feels very comfortable because now you don't have to do anything. You can remain a victim. You can get sympathy. Poor you. Fantastic. But what they don't tell you about always being in the victim role is that you stay there. You can never be something else. Manifestation requires you not seeing yourself as a victim, but as a co-creator that can bend space and time to manifest any reality they choose at any time. So we've got to allow our past to stop defining who we are today. And this is such a powerful manifestation secret. We got to let it go. I know it was hard, but today holds all the power. Who you are right now holds all the power. And on this 8-8 Lionsgate portal, we have to remind ourselves is who we choose to become. That's what governs who we will become, who we choose to become. It's a powerful day. I can feel the energy rising. You know, one thing about manifestation is that we've got to be very careful in faking it till we make it. There are so many people right now, you know, a lot of people on TikTok and a lot of people want to get clout. A lot of people want attention. And you got to be careful because a lot of people are manifesting someone else's fantasy. Let me repeat that. Ladies, fellas, a lot of people are manifesting someone else's fantasy. Are you not entertained? And manifestation is not about just pleasing the audience. It's about doing something authentically. I know what it's like. If you're creating something, the audience loves it. You're like, hey, let me continue to do what the audience wants. But you have to make sure it's always coming from a natural, authentic, organic place. Quantum Dynamic 8, thank you so much.
Down the Mongo.
Quantum Dynamic 8, thank you so much. Ralph, how to truly forgive and deal with stored anger from years of suffering, being misunderstood and let go. Thank you. Anger is so tough to process. That's a phenomenal question. Remind yourself, whoever angers you controls you. Whoever angers you controls you. Whoever angers you is still controlling you. And that's the reason why you got to realize that actually, you can forgive people, you don't have to forget. But we forgive people to heal ourselves as well. And therefore, you have to realize that if you can't forgive someone who did you dirty, who abused you, who left trauma on you, who gave you traumatic experiences later on in life, they are always going to be in the back of your mind. And you're always going to be at war with them in your mind. And therefore, you need to detach from them. How can you do that? That's the reason why in ancient texts, all the prophets said, love your enemies. Now, that seems counterintuitive, but what they were talking about is that we have to let go of them. We can only do that on a higher frequency of love. Hate binds you to someone. When you hate someone from your past, because what they did to you, you're still connected with them. Only love can let go. Once you say, actually, right now, I'm going to focus on myself, on healing myself, and that requires me not having hate towards that person. It's very hard to do because some people have really pissed us off. But you have to remind yourself that if they are still making you angry, they're still living rent-free in your mind, and they win. So if you want to win in the game of life of these people who hurt you in your past, you have to be one step ahead and say, actually, you no longer have power over me. And I'm not going to allow you to control me, to make me feel a certain way. I'm taking all the power back. Whoever angers you controls you. Therefore, you have to make sure you don't allow other people to have that power. Great question. Deep divers. Oh, it's all happening right now. We got people in the chat. So, and that's powerful, thank you so much, Quantum Dynamic 8, for really talking about that, because, a lot of people can't move forward because they got this stored anger towards other people in their past who did them dirty. That actually slows down manifestation. When you are still feeling a certain way about someone else, I know what it's like, and it's very hard to forgive them. And I'm not here to tell you that you have to just sing kumbaya to them. I'm here to tell you that if you want to manifest to the next level, you got to move on. You want to manifest to the next level, you got to stop thinking about them. And that means you got to focus on yourself. That means you got to take back your power. You know why a lot of people don't manifest? Because they're caught up in a past event. Manifestation, the greatest manifestation, can only happen right here, right now, with total focus in the present moment. If you're always thinking about what happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, your mind has been hijacked, preventing you from manifestation. So it's always about realizing you got to become an alchemist. Every single day, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Breathe out. Inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. Inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. You got to do that. And you have to remind yourself that once again, absolutely, strength through pain. Thank you so much, Jordan. Strength through pain. And we've got to become an alchemist, and this is what manifestation is really about as well. And on this powerful 8-8 Lionsgate portal, we all have to become alchemists. Right now, it's like all of us are jumping through hoops of fire. So much is going on from our past, our future, everything is culminating in this massive crescendo. It's a lot happening. And we have to always learn how to transform the energies. We've always got to learn how to become an alchemist. And we have to remind ourselves that what doesn't kill us will only make us stronger. What doesn't kill you will only make you stronger. Everything that you've gone through that hasn't served you is also beneficial to help you become who you want to be. I'll tell you why, because you can use it as fuel. A lot of people who had a hard upbringing, they were left traumatized. You know what they did? They turned it into the worst thing. They turned it into the best thing, right? They turned the worst thing into the best thing. They used it as fuel. And therefore, I don't know a strong person with an easy past. Manifestation requires rising above adversity, traumas, painful pasts, to enter the metamorphosis of transforming into a whole new being. From the caterpillar to the butterfly, people are like, how is that even possible? She went through so much. She was bullied. She was traumatized from childhood. How the hell is she manifesting all of this? You know how she's manifesting all of that? Because she was able to transform the energy. That's how. You know how he was able to manifest all of that? Because he was able to transform the energy. That's how he became the alchemist. The great book by Paulo Coelho, one of my favorite books, The Alchemist. That line, right? And when you want something, the whole universe conspires to help you achieve it. Slow motion this side. And when you want something, the whole universe conspires to help you get it. Isn't that the most powerful line? For me, it is. And when you want something, the whole universe conspires to help you get it. Never forget that, you know. And therefore, with this manifestation, how bad do you want it? You know, a lot of people, once you start wanting it enough, oh, it's going to manifest. But how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do for it? How far are you willing to walk for it? It's like water in a desert. Are you willing to go and find it? It's miles away. Are you willing to go the extra mile, or do you want comfort? You know, we've got to remind ourselves manifestation happens with us leaving our comfort zones. Some of our greatest manifestations are waiting for us 5,000 miles away, 10,000 miles away. Not where we are right now. You got to go out and get it, right? You got to go out into the wilderness, and you have to make sure that you realize something beautiful is waiting for you. But if you always stay where you are in the same lifestyle, doing the same thing every single day, living in the same neighborhood you were born in, you're only going to get what you get. You got to take a trip. I traveled the whole world, went to South America, North America, all over Africa, Europe, because I realized that I had to find out the secrets. And you find the secrets by traveling to new places, because manifestations lie in the four corners of the world. Sometimes you think, hey, where I am right now is the best place in California. You got no clue. Your manifestation might be waiting for you in Ethiopia. Your manifestation might be waiting for you in Ghana. Your manifestation might be waiting for you in Croatia. So you have to realize that a lot of what we manifest is about us realizing that we have to venture. We have to venture into the unknown for us to receive it. And that's the reason why I said on this 8/8 manifestation, Lionsgate portal, you know, we all have to boldly go where we have never gone before. And that means we're going to have to face our fears. You know, a lot of people have been writing to me. They're like, Ralph, you know, I sold everything. I moved to Thailand. I'm like, wow, congratulations. A lot of people are doing this right now. I've done that a few times. I'm doing it again. Because sometimes we get things, we collect things, and we're like, actually, I got to sell things on eBay right now. I've been selling a lot of things on eBay right now. I got to get rid of stuff. Stuff traps us. It holds us back. We're stuck. We need to be free right now. And that's what manifestation is all about. Realizing we don't want to get trapped. We don't want to get stuck. We need to be as free as we can right now, especially in these days and times. So one of the biggest things with manifestation is to realize that how free are we? I was working in a school. It was cool. But I realized that actually I had another mission. I want to inspire people to become their greatest versions. So I had a choice to make. I could kill the dream and stay in the school and work, or I could quit my job and peace, infinite waters. I took a risk. I had to become the lion and say, you know what? The universe reveals its secrets to people who dare to follow their hearts. The universe reveals its secrets, deep divers, to people who dare to follow their hearts. So I'm telling you that you can't serve two masters. When we talk of manifestation, you're going to have to choose. What life is it that you really want? You can't serve two masters. You can't have your cake and eat it. You're going to have to realize that one of them has to go. One of your lifestyles has to go. And once you can really say, hey, this is the life I'm choosing, this is when the manifestation is going to come. Not until that point. You know, there are so many people out there who are living multiple different lifestyles, wondering why they're not manifesting. That's because you're not committed. Without commitment, you can never manifest. Remind yourself, deep divers, I've been on infinite waters doing this. I've been in the same place building. So you got to remind yourself, manifestation is about building where you are, building that skyscraper, building that house from the ground up. You have a lot of people who are starting to build a house, then they're like, let me build another one. Let me go and build another. Before you know it, they haven't built anything. You know why? Because they're not committed to building that one house. So I always tell you, with manifestation, focus on building one house. That house will eventually become a mansion where not only you can live in, your entire family, your children's children can live in. You're building generational wealth. You're manifesting beyond measure because you are committed to doing what you're doing. And that's the benefit of being committed to what you're doing. And I always tell you, deep divers, if you want to write a book, start right now. One chapter, chapter 1, chapter 2, Feel Alive 2, Unlock Your Infinite Power, now out on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. You got to be committed. And I guarantee you, you are going to start to see marvelous, amazing manifestations. Are you committed? The secret, people say, gosh, Ralph, how do you grow on YouTube? I say, are you willing to be committed? If you're willing to be committed, it's easy. If you're willing to be committed in your business, it will grow. But you see, a lot of people, they check out. It gets too hard. It gets tough. And it's going to get tough. It's going to get hard. It's not a walk in the park. This ain't the Brady Bunch. It's going to be difficult. So, are you willing to be committed during the hard times? This is where the greatest manifestation begins. It begins when people aren't willing to give up easily. And therefore, it's like you got to be a rock climber. You got to know how to hold on and keep your balance. This is where manifestation really takes on a whole new meaning. Because a lot of people don't realize breakthroughs happen when do breakthroughs happen? Just after the breakdown. A lot of people say, gosh, Ralph, I broke down. And that's good. If you can hold on, a breakthrough is coming. So you got to remind yourself that a lot of people, before it gets good, they give up too easy. Manifestation, when I was making YouTube videos, there was a day when I said, okay, I want to stop making YouTube videos. No one's watching me. What's the point? I'm quitting. And I realized I was in my ego. I had an epiphany moment. I said, okay, wait a second. Let me hold on. I love to do this. And I realized a secret. The moment you want to give up is the moment when the manifestation is just about to happen. The moment you want to give up is the exact moment the manifestation is about to happen. Can you hold on that little bit longer? There are so many people who check in, they just throw in the towel. They say, hey, it's too much. They don't even know that the next day, the lottery ticket read their numbers, right? We've got to remind ourselves every single day that when you want to give up, oftentimes that's exactly when the manifestation is just about to happen. Most people give up when it's too late, right? They quit too early. But the people who are able to hold on that little extra few seconds, they start to manifest. That's a secret. So I was able to stay in the storm. It was a big storm. I was able to hang on, hold on. And if you are going through a storm right now, remind yourself things will get better. It may not seem like it, but I guarantee you, the people who are able to have the perseverance, the fortitude to hold on, these are the people who will eventually see the manifestation. So you have to realize the universe is always testing all of us, deep divers. Universe is testing all of us every single day. What the universe does is sends us all challenges, obstacles that are insurmountable. We think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get out of this. There's no way out. So a lot of people say, I'm out. But the people who are willing to go through it, go through the storm, are the ones who are able to manifest, are the ones who are able to see a brighter day. So you have to remind yourself, this is the secret of manifestation, holding on an extra few seconds every single day. And this is where it gets really exciting, deep divers. Every single day is totally different. Even though it feels like the same, it is totally different. The people you meet, the conversations you have, totally different. And that means every day is a new opportunity to manifest it. Every day you're getting closer and closer to what it is you really want to manifest, if you can hold on that little bit longer, those extra few seconds. Happy 8/8 portal, deep divers. Happy 8/8 Lionsgate. It's a powerful day to manifest. And, I want to say a shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. And we have to remind ourselves as well that it's not about envying anybody. When you envy what someone else has, you will never manifest what's meant for you. When you envy what someone else has, you will never manifest what's truly meant for you. So every single day I say, okay, good for them. Good for her. Good for him. Once you start to say things like this, deep divers, you will eventually find what's truly meant for you. Don't be envious of anyone, because not everyone is living the life they claim to be living. Focus on yourself and say, okay, I'm receiving what is meant for me, right? And that's cool. Whatever she's receiving, that's good for her. Whatever he's receiving, good for him. I'm going to focus on me right now, right? Diamond Encrusted, shout out to you. I am Jesus Christ. Hey, shout out to you. You most definitely appreciate it. And shout out to all the deep divers who are here. Deep divers, smash that like button if you support the real, share the video. Smash that like button if you support the real, share the video. Happy 8/8 Lionsgate. I just wanted to bring you this live, deep divers, because it's always a powerful experience to be here with you amazing deep divers in live time, because the truth is, manifestation as well is about unity. It is about realizing that without other people, we are nothing. We have to remind ourselves right now, we want to be networking with other people. We want to be connecting with other people. We want to be in a relationship with other people. That's what I have on Infinite Waters, because it's not about me, it's about all of us. We can do this. And together we can manifest something greater. So we have to remind ourselves, manifestation is not just about the I, it's about the we. What are we manifesting? What's the energy like when you come to Infinite Waters? Oh, the energy is good. We're breathing in that good ass prana, baby, right? So we have to remind ourselves, it's only love here. It's only good energy here. It's frequencies. Frequencies are high here. We're raising the frequency, right? So we have to remind ourselves it's because, not just because of me, but because of everyone contributing to Infinite Waters throughout the years that's made Infinite Waters what it is. What I'm telling you is that manifestation is not just about your energy. It's about the energy you're coming into contact with, the people you're surrounding yourself with, the community you have around you to add to the manifestation. So every single day, surround yourself with people who make you feel like sunlight, who can take you to the next level, because this is where a greater manifestation happens, with other people who are your reflections, who are like minds, who are on the same mission as yourself. And that's what this 88 Lionsgate portal is all about. Reminding ourselves right now we have to have a community. Right now we have to put aside our egos. You know, Quincy Jones was doing the Live Aid with Michael Jackson. When they were doing that We Are the World song, he said, leave your egos at the door, right? We have to all leave our egos at the door, because right now there's no time for big egos. We got to come together and raise the frequency, the vibration to manifest a better world, a better reality for all of us. Deep divers. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been here. Happy 88 Lionsgate Deep Divers. And this was a very powerful show. Thank you so much, Studio H. Thank you so much to you. Gratitude to you. Powerful show. Powerful show. To everyone who's here. Ellen, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. You know, we're having fun, deep divers, you know. So always remind yourself with manifestation, let's go. Let's do it. Let's not procrastinate. You want to do something, do it right now. Deep divers. Let's go 80s. Smash that like button, share the video. Smash that like button, share the video, deep divers. Check out the book, Feel Alive 2, Unlock Your Infinite Power, now out on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Join the YouTube membership, click join below, and the Patreon page for all new exclusive content, patreon.com/ralphsmart. Deep divers, thank you so much for joining me. Happy 88 on this very powerful day for manifestation. May you manifest what your heart truly desires and more. Let's go 80s. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. So happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spirit. Sienna, thank you so much. You're most definitely appreciated. And to all of you wonderful deep divers, thank you so much for being here. Send you all good frequencies and vibrations, and I'll be back, you know, but I wanted to bring this energy to you of gratitude. Thank you to everyone who's been here, who's been supporting Infinite Waters. I truly appreciate it. And once again, gratitude shifts us to that manifestation frequency. Life's not perfect. It never will be. but we can say thank you for another day. I like that. You like that one, deep diver? That's a slow motion, right? Jamal Smart, thank you so much. Quantum Dynamic 8, thank you so much. All of you. You're amazing. Deep divers, one love. We out. Peace.